Well, I don't know if I need to explain the Gujarat massacre at all, do I? Well, so in 2002, a massacre of Muslims took place in the streets and towns and villages of the eastern state of Gujarat, when the current Prime Minister Narendra Modi was the chief minister. It was there have been many massacres and many worse massacres with greater numbers of people killed in India before. So what was the difference between those and this? One difference was that it happened in the era of television, or live TV. But to me, the more important difference was that in the other times, while killings took place, there was always the public posture of secularism, the public aspiration to secularism, even if parties that were involved in the killing were doing the killing, they still didn't. It was not a stated ideology, Once it becomes part of a stated ideology, you know that trouble is coming your way. And I mean, if you look back just to the recent history, in fact, how did it happen? In 2001, in September 2000, after 9/11, suddenly the world was ready to accept RSS ideology. The Islamophobia in the world meant that it was possible for this particular ideology in India, which has been brewing since the 20s, even earlier, to take a good step forward. And in fact, Modi was not the chief minister in September. After September happened, he was dropped. The BJP chief minister of Gujarat was removed and Modi was put in his place. And within months, the Godhra incident happened, where a train with Hindu pilgrims in it was burnt. Nobody still knows today who did the burning. And then there was, then the mobs were unleashed. In fact, just yesterday, I think there was an army general who talked about how the army was told, move in, but they arrived in Gujarat and there was no preparation for them. They were made to stay in the airport while the riots, we don't call them riots, while the massacre rolled on, Now, the thing is, after that massacre, in India, elections and massacres go together. Often killings are a form of campaigning. And very soon after the massacre, Modi became the elected chief minister. Before, he was just a nominated chief minister. And he won again and again and again. He has never apologized for them, And when he became prime minister, there were a lot of even people who think of themselves as liberal, who welcomed him as the new development chief minister. And the massacre, we were told to forget, constantly told to forget. And even today, when the disappointment is setting in, not because of the communal situation, but because of the economic situation, people who celebrated his arrival in 2014 as the prime minister cannot now go back to the 2002 massacre, because that wouldn't say very much for them. So to me, it was a very central moment, And yes, it's a very important part of the Ministry of Utmost Happiness.